Guys, what's up? I want to tell you about the time that I went to Zak Bagans Haunted Museum in Las Vegas, Nevada. So I went in there with an open mind. I'm a paranormal investigator. I didn't expect to have any experiences, but I just wanted to see all the stuff. So I took my dad with me and we had to crawl through this tunnel, and there's an exorcism playing in the background, so it makes it super creepy. You can't see anything in front of your face. Like, it is pitch dark and you're crawling on all fours. So as I'm crawling through this tunnel, there was a girl in front of me, and you're going around like a corner, there's no light, and I bumped her, and I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and she said, "No, you're fine." So I waited maybe like a second just to give her a little bit, to go forward. We round this corner, and guys, I'm not kidding, it was like 1, 2, no longer than that. We round this corner, and there's the light at the end of the tunnel, and there's no one in front of me. Nobody's in front of me, like for 15 feet. I have to crawl out, and they're like, "Oh, what took you so long?" And I'm like, "What?" And the tour guide was awesome, and I told him that I was an investigator, and he was like, "I have to keep my eye on you," and I was like, "Oh yeah, okay." And so when I came out of the tunnel, he was like, "I knew I was gonna have to watch you," and so I was like, "Oh boy." So then my dad comes through. It took forever, it felt like, maybe like 10 seconds, and then he finally comes through, and he was like, "Sharon Faye," and I was like, "What?" And he was like, "I just had the crazy experience." He says the same thing happened to him, but he heard my voice say, "It's okay, Dad, no problem." My voice. So there's no way that this was like a trick that they do, because it was my voice, right? So first instance. Second instance, I wanted to go to the basement so bad, where the pentagram was, and experience that. And they have a spirit box playing, and Zak does not like you to linger. He doesn't want people to get attachments. I understand, I get it. So the tour guide he's like, "I don't go down there, like bad stuff has happened to me. I'm not doing it." So he was like, "You guys go down, you walk, you come back up in a loop." So I looked at my dad and I was like, "Let's be at the end of the line so we can get the most time down there." He was like, "Okay." So, of course I was with nobody on our tour group that knew anything about the paranormal. They just wanted to come because it's Zak Bagans. And they could not understand the things coming through the spirit box as they're talking. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this thing's literally having full conversations almost with these people. And they had no clue. So I walk through, I get into the room with the pentagram. My dad was in front of me, and he goes out of the room. And I felt like I lingered for just a few seconds. Like, not a long time, but, just a little. And they have cameras watching to make sure you're okay. So somebody's watching the cameras at all times. So it comes across the spirit box. It goes, "I know you." Like, in this dark voice, and I was like, "Oh really, who are you?" And or something like that, and it wouldn't tell me, right? So then I believed that I walked right out of the room after that. I come to the bottom of the stairs, and the stairs are here, there's a wall here, right? So when you come through the hallway, you take a right and you go up the stairs. I find my dad wondering. He's looking at the wall, and he's doing like a mime thing, and he's crying almost. He's like, "Sharon Faye, we can't get out, we're trapped down here." Like, he's freaking out. I'm like, "Dad, the stairs are right there. But what are you doing?" And he was like, "Oh." And so we walked up the stairs. As we're coming up the stairs, literally, it's like a balcony, right? All the people in the tour group are looking down at us and the tour guide, and they're like, he looks at me, he goes, "I really knew you were going to be trouble. What were you doing down there?" He was like, "They literally called me and was like, you need to watch, she's been down there." I was apparently walking in circles in that room with the pentagram, like just dazed for like 5 minutes. And I did not think it was that long. I felt like it was just a few seconds. No. So that, hands down, the craziest paranormal experience. I've never lost time before, ever. That being said, I went to the div box room. My dad couldn't even hang out in there. And then I liked that room a lot. And then we went into the devil's rocking chair room, and I got to get close to the chair, and I had severe chest pain. I felt like I was having a heart attack and couldn't breathe in that room. That was interesting. And then also in the demon house stairs with the dirt and stuff, that room, I felt very panicky and very something was super heavy in there. But that all being said, I would give anything to be able to go back and sit in that basement in the dark with just a spirit box. I would do it, because I need to know what is down there and what made me feel that way and made me lose time and literally made my dad feel like he couldn't get out, he was trapped. I need to know. As an investigator, I need to go back and do that. So if you haven't checked out his museum, you definitely should. So I just wanted to share that with you. Thanks for listening. Stay spooky.